So we just had a bit of breaking news come out that Manchester United are on the verge of signing Marcel Sabitzer from Bayern Munich. It would be a loan signing for 6 months. Fabrizio Romano has confirmed Manchester United in talks. They want to get the deal done. Jason Burt, a good journalist, again is saying the expectation is that Sabitzer will join United. And Christian Falk, who's a very good journalist in terms of Bayern Munich links, got lots of good links to, the Bundesliga, said that Christian Falk, is verge of going to Manchester United. The deal's really close. He's not even gone to Bayern Munich training. We've got a couple hours to swoop up the deal. And all the good sources are saying United are all in for Sabitzer. He wants to come. There's other sources saying he's agreed a deal. It's just up to Bayern Munich. Now, the report is that we actually went to Bayern Munich for Gravenberch on loan, and they said no, and they'd offered us Sabitzer. And I have to say, I think this deal is going to happen, and I actually think it's going to be a really good deal. The sad thing is we'd have never done this deal if Eriksen wasn't injured. And the bad news is Eriksen's out for 2-3 months. The Eriksen injury is awful. However, I cannot fault the Sabitzer signing, guys. I think he's an absolute brilliant player. He's played in the single pivot for Bayern Munich. He's played in the double pivot for Bayern Munich, or actually most likely, RB Leipzig. He looks very comfortable. He's very similar to Eriksen. Some of his defensive capabilities are a bit questionable, but that's the same with Eriksen. And I think it's a significant improvement on McTominay. And I say, I can't fault the signing. It's a good signing, it's a good player. I think it's the best replacement we could have got on loan for Eriksen. I think it's a fantastic signing. It's just a shame that we're only going in for him now in the dying hours because Eriksen's injured. It's being said by good sources the deal is imminent, and he's not completely saying to Eriksen, he's got different characteristics, different traits. But what I like about Sabitzer when I watch him play is he can get the ball off the centre backs. He doesn't hide like McTominay. He's significantly better than McTominay, and it's just about numbers. I'm not saying he's perfect, but he's obviously a volume passer, can carry the ball, he gets on the ball, he gets involved, he gets off the centre-back, he has that movement. He played under RB Leipzig and Bayern. He's an intelligent player. I think he will fit into Ten Hag's system, but he's also a slightly different character to Eriksen, as he's going to offer something else, and the deal is imminent. And I do think this is a good signing. I do think Sabitzer will be a good signing for Manchester United, and I do think this is a good loan. And it's weird how these panic loans are working out, these unexpected buys are working out, because I'm pretty sure Ten Hag's probably recommended this to the board, watched the player, said, look, can we try and get him? He's not playing a loan for Bayern. I think we went in for Gravenberch and they offered us Sabitzer, but they're two decent midfielders that I would have happily taken on loan, and I think Sabitzer will be a good deal. I think it's so much better than McTominay. At the end of the day, the way I see it is, Eriksen's injured, that shit, and we shouldn't have left things last minute, and it's just complete board incompetence that the whole situation's even been left this last minute. But we have a good player who I think will be a good signing, especially under Ten Hag, that will fit the system, that can do Eriksen's role, can play in single pivot, double pivots, defensively sound. I think he needs to add more goals and assists to his game. Eriksen's already got 12 goal contributions this season, and maybe that's the one thing that worries me. But if there's him or McTominay, I'm taking him over McTominay any day of the week. I think he will play really well next to Casemiro. I think him, Casemiro and Bruno will make a midfield three. Now, I'm not trying to overhype him, but I'm trying to look at the positives because I've been so negative. Was I expecting this deal to happen? Absolutely not. Was I expecting Man United to get on? Absolutely not. I think they had to, because Eriksen's literally out to the rest of the season. They were like, fuck, Ten Hag want to sign us. The whole board was like, fuck. And I think, you know what? They've actually got it right with Sabitzer. And that's all I can do. And I think at the end of the day, Chelsea will sign Enzo Fernandez and something fantastic, and we've got no money. But I was crying out in my video this morning. I don't care who it is. Just go for someone on loan. Just go for numbers in midfield, because we're one injury away from Fred. And at least now it's Fred or Sabitzer to play next to Casemiro. At least we're not relying on 4 midfielders to cover a game every 3 days for the rest of the season, because we'd be screwed. So yeah, really good player, Sabitzer. He's only got 1 goal, 1 assist this season, only played 1,000 minutes this season. He can play a little bit further up in Bruno's role, but he's more of an Eriksen kind of player. I think he's defensively sound. Eriksen's going to be a massive miss, and I think we will realise how much we miss Eriksen, because there's things that Eriksen has that Sabitzer can't do. But as I said, as a profile replacement, as a last-minute loan, you can't fault it. He's a good player. I think it's a good signing. It's nearly done. It's nearly over the line. I'm sure I'll do a live stream tonight to fill you in on finer details. Maybe Chelsea could swoop in because it's Chelsea. That's one thing to watch out for. And I will do a bit of a video update, maybe later, maybe a live stream tonight to fill you in on the news. But at least for signing someone, it looks like, fingers crossed. I'm sure we'll get here we go later or something, but good journalist report and the deal is close, especially good journalist to Bayern Munich. So let's go.